Okay, y'all. So, thank y'all so much for coming back, tuning into my channel. I am uploading another Watch Me Work, and what I'm going to be doing here is like the most easiest, simplest thing that you can do for a client who is just like, hey, girl, I don't know what I want. I just want it to be cute and, something to just go with my clothes or, just something cute, but I don't really know what I want, but I don't want a design. Just choose nudes. It works every time for me. So I love this. I'm doing 5 nudes. 5 nudes is like my favorite go to when people can't think of what they want. I just ask them what shape and I choose 5 nudes and I go with it. You can rotate the nudes out. You can use the same nudes. It just doesn't matter, but I like to rotate them out. So y'all will be seeing me using, I want to say all the nudes I used were from Not Polish. Oh my God, I didn't write them down and I'm editing at home. But they're all Not Polished nudes. So in the beginning of the video you see me prepping her and I bet you like, well, where's her cuticle pusher at? I don't use a cuticle pusher. I take my fine sanding band, and it's a zebra sanding band at that. So my fine zebra sanding band from Pana, and I push slightly on the cuticle to push it back. And as you all have already seen, that skin comes right up. So I'm gonna finish priming that hand as you can see, and then my camera kept falling, so y'all gonna see it jump from hand to hand in this situation. I don't know why it's doing that, but just bear with it. So of course the next step is to apply the tips. Now you're making sure your tips fit sidewall to sidewall and that they are in line with the actual finger, not the fingernail. I know some people no, I said that backwards. I'm sorry. Make sure they're lined with the actual finger and not the fingernail. Did I say that? I'm tired, y'all. And it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm just trying to get this out because I want to stay consistent. So I'm applying the nail tip sidewall to sidewall. These are square nail tips and I got these tips from, let me see where I got them from, y'all. But I love them. I actually have them on myself. And when I say I really love them, I really love those tips. They go on easy. I don't have to use any nail spray glue with them. They're not super heavy and they are long. And that's what I like. I like to use a lot of long tips because I do have a lot of long nail clients. So it works out better that way for me. I'm trying to find out where I got these tips from. Let me see. It's like when you trying to figure something out, you can't even think of it. Like, let me see. Tulip. I got them from Tulip. Tulip is a nail supply online. So let me see. Is their actual website? Let me see what the web. It is. It's Tulip Nails. So TULIP Nails. I got them off of that website. I do believe. Let me double check. I don't want to tell y'all anything wrong. No, this definitely not it. ah. Let me see. Oh, that's what the name of it is. So the actual name of it, the the nail supply I got it from is Tulip Real Deal. So TULIP Real Deal. I'll make sure I leave that link below. They do have some nice stuff. And y'all don't forget I sell nail supplies and I have a lot of 3D charms and a lot of stickers that I really need to get away. So I'm thinking about doing, if I could just get 100 likes on one of my videos, I'll do all nail supplies for $1, y'all. I promise you. You can get them and give them to your nail techs and stuff for Christmas, but or you can use them if you are a nail tech. But the ones that I got were the flattened square extra long non-curved tips. They were $10.99. It says that they're sold out now, but those are those tips. So as you can see, I initially had scissors to cut her hand, and I was like, I can't even get it through with all these damn um chocolate charms on my fingers. So I went in with my nail tip cutter. Now, the nail tip cutter does work fine for me. However, I like to use scissors because it leaves the square more square. It doesn't round it off. So, like, I like that. I don't have to do so much filing when I use scissors at the end. And I just really like that. I like that really square look when someone asks for square nails. And as y'all can see, I do measure the pinky. Some people don't. And that's why some people nails be looking crazy. I try to make sure that my pinky is in line with everybody else because it just looks weird to me when you have like a really short pinky nail. Like, it just irritates me. So I try to make sure that I don't do it. So you're going to see me go in several times, sizing her fingers and going ahead and try to make sure all these things is equal. Now, this client here, she likes to be on her phone and she lays her hands to the side. So her wrist always turns to the side. So I have to keep telling her to turn her wrist. So just be mindful when you have a client who wrist turns to the side, you want to make sure that you're constantly asking them to turn their wrist or that you turn their wrist for them. If not, it will mess with your shape and it will mess with your just the whole way of doing the nail when laying acrylic. It'll actually run to one side. So just be mindful of that. Okay, y'all. So my camera kept falling, so I just left that part out. But I did go ahead and blend my tips, and then I went in and I dehydrated the nail, and then I primed the nail. So the dehydrator that I use is Mia Secret. I love that dehydrator. It has worked for me for 2 years now, and I like it. And then the nail primer that I use is No Lift Primer, best primer to me. Like I have no problem with lifting with my clients. Either it's gonna break or they take it off, but it's no lifting ever. I don't really have any lifting, unless somebody constantly hits their nails. So I really like No Lift, um, primer. So just to give y'all like a little feedback on what I was doing, I was testing a method that I saw somebody do on, what is it, Instagram or TikTok. However, they laid their acrylic really different, kind of like I'm doing right here. So what they did, well, it's not truly different, but it's when they get to the end, they wipe downward. When I get to the end, I actually pat and then scoop it off. So as you can see, I think I'm gonna do like 3 beads, and you will see when I get to the end, I'm going to scoop it down. So it's kind of like it looks like you're wrapping around the nail when in fact you're not. And the size brush that I'm using is a size 12 from Kiara Sky. I love this brush. Like it is the most amazing brush. Like it's worth the, I think it was like $46 or something like that. It's worth it. It's really worth it. Like I love the brush. But as you can see right here, I'm going to brush my sides, and then I'm going to like pull the acrylic down to get it off of the nail. Boom. Okay. I'm going to come back and y'all will see me do the other nail differently. So just wait for it. And I'll explain to you the difference in between the two ways. Another thing, y'all, I noticed that people say don't wipe the back of your brush. I wipe the back of my brush because sometimes you get product on the back of it and you don't want to dilute your monomer more than you have to with the actual product. So I wipe the front and back of my brush because sometimes I do get some on the back. So I don't want it just sitting back there or going into my monomer and washing in there, and I'm diluting it more than I actually have to, because once that monomer is diluted too much and that color becomes to starts to change, it's only so much you're going to get out of it. If you continue to use it, it won't clean your brush good. It just won't do a good job at getting out of the brush, getting the acrylic out of the brush. It'll suck. So that's how I do my brush. I don't have a problem with my brush. My brush is in great condition. It molds right back. I have no problem with it. So it's, to me, it's your preference, but it's also based on what type of brush that you have. Last thing, y'all, I lied. I lied. I lied. I lied. So it looks like I'm using Young Nails and not polished. I love not polished though, y'all. I really do. But it looks like I'm using both. And I'm pretty sure the Young Nail nudes that I incorporate are the same nudes I always use, which would be Flamingo and not Rosebud. I didn't use Rosebud. I used Flamingo, and I can't remember what else did I use. It's not Rosebud. I used Flamingo and another color that I cannot think of off the top of my head. But I went to my normals for my Young Nails. Okay, so I'm starting that second nail, and the first nail looks really good, but this is my method. This is the way that I like to lay acrylic. I always start my bead, dry it out, and then place it where I need it to go. And I like to pat up, pat down, and I like to, you will see. Oh, my nail is blocking it. There we go. I like to remove the excess acrylic. Oh my God, please tell me I moved my nail. Cause that's some dumb shit. I cannot believe my nail is right there. Okay. Maybe I'll move my nail and you all can see this time. There we go. Well, slightly. But I go across the bottom. There we go. This is my method. I go across the bottom. I pull down like that. I still have a lot of excess up there. So I just really square it at the end. Can you see the difference? Like I square it at the end. So that's two beads, and you can see that foundation at the bottom is really nice and square. So when I file it, it's going to continue to be square. And I don't have to worry about it going in like while filing and turning it into tapered square by over filing. That's what a lot of us do sometimes. We over file, we don't even realize it. When I was doing nails in the beginning, I was over filing like hell. Never realized it. Nobody ever told me until I started working with my coworker Dice, and she was like, "Girl, you got the shape. You just overfiling it. You getting too deep into the shape." And we laughed about it, and I've been shaping fine ever since. And so you can see the difference. The square at the bottom is much wider, and I prefer that. I like that. It doesn't look bad the other way, but it's just a preference. It's just kind of like your little signature, if you would say it. Now, if other people do the same thing, that's fine. I ain't saying that's only my signature, but it kind of puts a little stamp on it. It looks really nice, and it just builds the nail up well for me. I don't know. It just looks really good that way. So those of you who are wondering how long it takes me to do this set, the real time on it is 1 hour and 22 minutes. And that was with me stopping, adjusting this camera, picking it up from falling, because it just kept falling. I'm literally gonna order my stand as soon as I finish recording this. One that I can just put my camera on my phone on, and it'll be overhead, so you get an overhead view, and just keep it moving like that. So this is just the slowed down part. This is real time. I'm about to speed it up so that y'all can get through this video. I hope you enjoy it. I don't think I'll be back. I just want to really tell y'all about my prep and how I do things. All right, y'all. So I have finished up laying my acrylic. As you can see, they look really good already. My acrylic application is really smooth, and I've improved a lot within a year. So it's really smooth now. And I'm going in with the 8080 Princess Nail Supply file, and I am just lightly filing. I don't have to do a lot of filing because I make sure that I keep my shape when applying my acrylic. So that is just the 8080 nail file. It's from Princess Nail Supply. We have one locally that I just walk into and get them, but they also have a website. But as you'll see, I'm going to go through and just lightly file, um, and then I'll take my e-file and clean them up, and then I'll buff. So you will see that. My buffers I use is the big orange ones. I used to use the small ones, but I feel like the big orange ones they give me a lot more grabbing room because I often do nails with nails on. So make sure that you get something that compensates for your nails if you decide to do nails with nails on. Please notice that I am filing straight up and that when I'm filing down on the nail, I'm using my finger to brace that nail. You do not want to have your customers or your client's nail bed sore. Please make sure. And look how nice they look. They look really good.